What's up, guys? Jeebs back here, and tonight we are going to be talking about the all-new Ford Fiesta ST. Even though it's not coming to the United States, I'm still going to kind of update you on all the specifications if you haven't looked into it yet. It's just an absolutely beautiful car. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see that I have it as like the banner picture across the top, just because it's a really beautiful car, and they've done some things that are going to make it at the top of its segment, no doubt. And it's also going to be exciting because I bet the Focus ST gets these same updates that I'm talking about when they refresh it. So that's going to be very depressing to watch, but I'm still going to watch. Before we get started into that, I was written about a little bit in a book about Arnold Palmer, this book right here. So Arnold Palmer, Homespun Stories of the King, written by Chris Rodell, forwarded by Gary Player. I grew up in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, so I came in touch with Mr. Palmer a lot, and he was a big inspiration, on my life and golf and all that stuff. So if you go to page 74 in this book and go to the bottom of the page, there's a couple pages written on just some stories I had about Mr. Palmer and meeting him, and some good anecdotes. So if you enjoy golf, or if you just want to see what the stories that I have in there, I think you'd enjoy that book, and go check it out. I'm not sure, probably Barnes & Noble, Amazon is where you can find it, but I'm not getting commissions or anything from that, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Yeah, so let's move on from that. So the 2018 Fiesta ST. Power, performance, cornering, and agility, along with practicality, have all been upgraded. So what do I mean by that? Well, practicality has been upgraded for things such as doing the school run or taking it to the track. You're going to be able to do both of those with this car. So it's powered by Ford's all-new 1.5-liter Ecoboost engine, and this is the first Ford performance model that's actually powered by a 3-cylinder. So that's a first, again, with standards being increased across all automotive product lines as far as efficiency, going to engines like 3 liters and having turbochargers in just about anything, or hybrid power in cars from a Camry all the way up to like a McLaren P1 hypercar. That's what's happening across the industry, and I think that's a good thing. We should try to be as efficient as possible with our engines, and especially in cars like these. So it's first 3-cylinder in a Ford performance model. So 0 to 60 comes in 6.5 seconds. The top speed is 144 miles per hour. Still has 197 horsepower and 215 foot-pounds of torque, but again, it's more efficient, it's sportier looking, and that's not exactly, the power is not what's impressive about this car. I'll show you in a second here. So it also has selectable drive modes, and this is one thing where they were lacking before. Now, when the Focus ST came out in 2013, I don't know if that's when the Fiesta came out, but I'm sure it was right around there. When they came out, they were ahead of the pack, cutting edge with power, performance, handling, all that stuff, interior features. They were the best. And they still are very close, but starting to fade back into the pack. But now having selectable drive modes, which is one of the things I think they were lacking, you're able to change the engine response, the steering, and stability control can all be configured in normal, sport, and track mode, along with having a launch control, which is just so cool. Now, there's tunes you can get through Cobb that give you launch control and all that stuff, but the fact that it comes from the factory is great, because then that gives the tuners other things to figure out and improve on the car. So that's why I like when the manufacturer pushes the envelope from the factory, makes the tuners push it even further, which is good for all of us. That is really exciting to see the selectable drive modes, and especially in a car that's this affordable, to have drive modes that are going to be, you can change the steering, you can change the suspension, you can change the throttle, how aggressive the throttle input is. So all of that stuff, and maybe it'll have an individual mode, like where BMW M cars have M1, M2, and Mercedes would have individual modes where you can select soft suspension, active exhaust. You can change a bunch of things, and bringing that down into a Ford that most of us can afford would be, I think, a really cool thing. There's also now a performance pack on the Fiesta ST, and this is what I'm most excited about. Being a high torque front wheel drive small hatchback of the Fiesta, it now comes with a limited slip differential, a mechanical limited slip differential. But this is not standard. Again, that comes in a performance pack. So this is important because on the Focus ST, you know they are going to offer that. There's no way they offer this on the Fiesta ST and don't offer it on the Focus ST. So that's, I'm sure, going to be coming. And if it has to come in a performance pack and an extra cost, fine. I'm totally fine with that, and I would pay that from the manufacturer. So that is really exciting. There's lots of videos on YouTube showing the Fiesta driving and other reviewers talking about how well it handles the road. And that's just really cool. Let's talk about the drive modes here. In normal mode, engine mapping, traction control, ESC, active exhaust valve, and electric power assisted steering are configured to deliver natural responsiveness and connected feel. Also something I just learned as I'm reading that, active exhaust valve. I didn't know this was a valved exhaust system. Really cool for a Fiesta ST. In sport mode, the engine mapping and throttle pedal response are sharpened, and EPAS settings, so that is electronic power assisted steering, adjusted to deliver more feedback and finer control for fast road driving. The active noise control valve opens to intensify the sporty exhaust notes. So maybe we're getting away from the sound symposer that they have in the Fiesta and Focus ST. In track mode, or going to the grocery store mode, all vehicle dynamics features are tuned for the fastest possible lap times. Traction control is disabled and ESC interventions are set to wide slip mode for hard circuit driving. So that's going to be extremely fun. Now, I did review a Fiesta ST. If you haven't seen that, check the link in the description below so you can watch that video. But I didn't get to take it on a track. The Fiesta ST is very fun to drive, but where I found it lacking compared to driving a Focus ST is it's just fun and it doesn't have the raw power where in a Focus ST, I think on a day-to-day basis, you're going to have more fun just because when you get on it, you really pick up speed. Where a Fiesta is fun if you live in a place where there's not a lot of straightaways, back roads where you can toss it around, get it in tripod mode, slide it, and you're having safe fun, whereas the Focus can really pick up speed and get going very quickly, and you can get yourself in some trouble on some roads that you're probably a little overconfident on. So I can see on a track the Fiesta being more fun, but it also depends on how tight the track is. So it's give and take. The Focus also costs a decent amount more, so there's that involved too. The Fiesta is a very fun car to drive. It's very efficient. It's sporty. It has everything you want, but it's also very small. And the power, I mean, if you drive a Focus and a Fiesta back to back, the Focus feels very rigid once you get out of the Fiesta. The suspension's tighter. The throttle response is better. Everything about it, just because it's a bigger car, it has more power, all that stuff. That's kind of how they compare. That's what I remember just getting out of the Fiesta and going back into my Focus. I was like, wow, I actually have started to appreciate it a lot more. And I'm not talking negatively about the Fiesta. There's clearly a market for it. That was my initial thoughts when I got out of the car. I just think, I mean, it stinks that they are taking this away from the US, and they're going to lose a lot of us as consumers because, like, for someone like me, for example, I'm interested in the Focus RS. I might get that down the road used, but it's not coming back as a new car for years. It will eventually. If you're in the United States and you're watching this video, don't worry. They're going to come back with a Fiesta ST, Focus RS. It just might be 10 years from now. And at that point, who knows where you'll be in your career or financially. You might be looking at a Mercedes or a Porsche or a Lamborghini or something, or maybe you just like these sport compacts and that's what you'll be driving. It's going to come back. It's not going to be anytime soon, and that sucks because the advancements that they're making with this car are incredible. So now also available from launch in both 3-door and 5-door, which we would never get a 3-door here in the United States. Overseas they always do because they actually invest in the car. You can get 17-inch, which is what they come with now, or optional 18-inch alloy wheels, and that's what I think is showed in the pictures here. And I think those are absolutely beautiful. The new Fiesta ST offers customers with options in ST1, ST2, and ST3 equipment levels, which I don't think that was offered before. Hold on a sec. Kiki, are you... So quick timeout. Yeah, I'm drinking spiked sparkling seltzer, berry lemonade. Subscribe. Yeah, Smirnoff. I don't know. I thought it would be good tasting because, see, I'm not one of those people that is worried about what I'm drinking at a bar. I have nothing to prove to anyone. I'm not trying to prove that I'm a man by drinking a Maker's Perfect Manhattan, okay? I drink what I like. So sometimes I'll just drink, usually I'll drink just a light beer. Sometimes I'll drink Captain Coke. But a lot of times I'm like, what's the fruitiest thing you have? I just want to enjoy it, you know? I don't have to. I got enough hair in my chest. I don't need that. That's kind of where I'm at. So I just think the Fiesta ST is absolutely beautiful. For you guys over in Europe that are subscribers and buying one, send me pictures. Go to my Facebook page, send me pictures, or tweet at me at Jeeps, and I will make sure to retweet it or post it in some of my upcoming videos because it is exciting that you guys get to do that. Also, next year, I'm getting married in May, and I should be going to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Something that I've been watching for years. I just think it's a really cool event. So I should be doing that then, and hopefully I can meet some of you overseas. Obviously, it's going to be very rare when I'm able to do that. So that would be really cool. But yeah, Fiesta ST, absolutely beautiful. Going to be a great car. Ford's still angry at you for not bringing it to the United States, for your home country. So I'm going to keep on sipping on this berry lemonade. Smirnoff, send me money. And that's that. So thank you all for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We need to get to 10K subs. 10K subs, please. Like the video, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and we'll see you next time.